My name is Austin from King of Events. I'm the project manager of the block, Recutt International, and Jide Akinyemi Foundation. And it's a youth empowerment program. It's for young and aspiring entrepreneurs to just encourage them and motivate them and all that. We organize this, and then we hope everyone has a lovely time at the end of the day. Thank you.
I created Recutt International to create awareness and to highlight the misorientation that the youth have in a developing country like Nigeria. We realize that if people have the proper orientation, the quality of life, even though you are here, that does not mean you cannot have access to the international community, where you can see funding, where you can see tutorship, where you can see network with people who are not even here, because it's now a global village. So that's the purpose of this program, and we've come together. We bring several people, young people who are also successful in the area of business, to come and talk to the youth and let them know how they did it. So if these people can tell you practically how they did it, going from not having nothing to having all they have, and they can also teach and train people here. So that's what we have put together to let the youth come and benefit from it.
Well, at this point, we want to actually take the national anthem. All right? We're going to cue everybody in. Please, you can stand like a footballer and you put your hand on your chest. It's national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, players, let's go. Please put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you. Please, let's sit.
You see the set, that's young shooting, local villain, white bricks, true religion, on the telling, it's me. Whisper the house full of freaks, that's why I haven't been around for a week. My name comes in my sleep, I'm like a talk with a mountain is deep. Bring it back before the villain, I had a life, real talk, religion, in the blood, in the jeans, in the section, whole team, no weapon, we need a kill. Tongue kisses, you like folks, I'm done with the trying to be in my position, be my shit.
We have 2 more minutes. Jamming. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, is the commander of the conference taking us to the next for his speech. But look at this screen first. Look at the screen first. Let's look at the screen first.
We the best music. DJ Khaled.
Are you there?
The things that I'm gonna do. Wow.
Bring it up. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Let's jam those hands together.
Let me start by saying, I wish I was that asleep I'm still that asleep. Too much Panadian is not good. I will repeat myself again. I want to appreciate all of you for coming. Because we said 5 o'clock, so a lot of people got here early, and we are still expecting other people to come. It's Friday, people are closing from work. But most importantly, thank you for coming and honoring our invitation. We don't know everything. We ourselves will learn. To us, this is also a learning platform. To you, it's a learning platform. We have an idea. We work somewhere. We work with a couple of people outside the country. We felt, let's come here, sell the same idea. People who are open-minded, who are ready to receive, they will receive. People who are ready to, join the train, they will benefit from it. But most importantly, we are all youths. We are probably age mates here, same age bracket. So focus on meeting who is next to you You never can tell what they know, who they know. And I always tell people, don't always try to meet the king, because you are not a king's man. Try to know who is the king's gate man. Try to know who is the king's driver. Try to know who is the king's cook. Those ones live among us. Those ones play with us. They go to the same church with us. And if you are so good to them, they will be the first people to tell you, the king is going here. Do you want to position yourself? The gate man will be the one to open the door for you. You know, Joseph, I'm a Christian, so I always use the Bible. Joseph in the Bible, when it was time for him to meet Pharaoh, if somebody did not suggest to Pharaoh that there's a man in prison, nobody will. Pharaoh cannot remember Joseph. So the struggle is you want to meet the big man. It's good, no problem. But focus on the man beside you. And I'm making it a point of duty that please try to make sure you network with 5 people before you leave here today. 5 people. So I would say I declare this event open, and we are all here to learn, like I said, and I hope we get the best from here. But most importantly, Recutt International will continue to engage with you, empower you, inform you, and reorient you. Thank you.
Please let's look at the screen. It's our first speaker for today, Jide Ogboyomi.
Thank you. So my name is Ajibade Ogboyomi, and I'm the founder of BOP, Bado Photography. And with our 8 years of experience, we've been able to narrow down our niche to portraits, weddings, real estate, and architectural photography. And I'm sure a few people here will be wondering how real estate and architecture relate to photography. Well, I'm not a realtor, and I don't own a real estate firm, but I handle the media aspect. That's creating content, imageries, content, and video content for realtors and real estate companies as well, for billboards, magazines, social media campaigns, promotions, and things like that. So we're the ones that create the images to put out there for content purposes, for branding, marketing, and things like that. So if you're into real estate, you might want to see me after to give a discount, just so maybe I'll give you some discounts, maybe. So let's dive into this. Okay, before I go on, I would like to share my COVID story, because that was what birthed, the niche real estate photography. And I would like to say that if COVID didn't teach you anything, then I wonder what would teach you something. Because back then, obviously, events wouldn't hold, and due to crowd control and things like that, you would just have no choice than to think about other things to do. How to diversify, how to probably open another business, and things like that. So I was always thinking how to do something else. So that's when real estate birthed, and so far so good. It has been really good, and it's been challenging, getting clientele and all those, but thus far I would say God has been good, and we've really covered to a large extent when it comes to real estate in Lagos. Thank God for that. I'm here to discuss about providing orientation for youths and sustainable solutions for entrepreneurs. Well, I would say young, vibrant, and competent individuals like us. I'm young also, just like Mr. Jide. Mr. Jide, you're wrong, right? We're all young, exactly. Young, vibrant, and competent individuals are mostly the active drivers of social change, cultural heritage, and a viable economy. Hence, a reorientation is very important, and an empowerment is very important, and these things should be anchored on a functional education, mentoring and leadership programs, vocational skills acquisition, entrepreneurship and empowerment, and things like that. As this would enable young personnel to be professional in whatever field and career path they go into, and further become drivers and active participants in the society and the government at large. Speaking on solutions to entrepreneurship, I would like to talk about the challenges most entrepreneurship face. I faced the same thing. And first, I think Mr. Jide made mention of that earlier today. I think first is financing. Getting capital for your business is not child's play. That is what is crippling most entrepreneurs of today. It's not really easy getting capital and funding and investors in your business. And I mean, it's really, you have to know what you're doing before you even convince investors to invest in your business, because nobody wants to make a mistake. This is money we're talking about. So for them to even invest in your business, then they must have probably seen or have a foresight of how your business will go. And if it's going to be a no-brainer, then nobody will invest in such business. Finances is quite hard getting, but first thing is, whatever business you start, is your family and your community that will help you, out there first. So most times, it's better to reach out to those around you to get funds first before you even think of going to banks and getting loans, because you're just starting a business. Obviously, you don't even have a collateral or anything yet. So it's just better for us to go to your family and, people around, get grants and, things like that. Another challenge, I would say, is how to penetrate the market. Because after you get your funds, you can't just, you have to have the right information to penetrate the market or whatever business you're going into. Having the money is not just enough, but having the mindset and, the right orientation is also part in, having a successful business. Penetrating the market isn't child's play as well, because you have to look at the market trends, know how your competitors work, your fellow business owners, your competitors, and things like that. So having social media knowledge, how to choosing a particular market platform to advertise your business, having social media ideas, and not even all entrepreneurs here know how to use Instagram. As easy as Instagram might sound, I mean, it goes a long way when it comes to marketing your business and, taking you out there and, putting yourself out there. Me particularly, Instagram is one of the tools I use. Doing promotions, it all boils down to how your social media knowledge and, your knowledge regarding social media as well. One other thing is managing your cash flow. As an entrepreneur, just know that you are a body of different career paths. Because I'm a photographer, I will still be the one to do bookkeeping. I'll still be the one to manage my cash flow. I'll be the one to do this and that. When you're starting, you're going to face challenges like that. It's probably when you start growing and once you start, having money to delegate these works that you can now delegate. But as a starter, you most likely do these things yourself. And managing your cash flow isn't something that you have to have a little bit of idea of accounting and bookkeeping to manage your cash flow. Cash flow is, how do I define cash flow in a layman's knowledge? Cash flow is the money that comes into your account and goes out of your account. So cash flow management is you managing the money that comes into your account and goes out of your account. So for you to do that kind of thing, then you have to have idea of what profit and loss account is, balance sheet, and those things. So that's one of the problems entrepreneurs have when managing their businesses, and so on and so forth. But because of time, I deliberately kept this brief. So that'll be all for now. And once I'm called on stage again, I'll share more. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're just gonna.
I want to ask a question. Coming from a person that has interest in graphics and photography, what would you give as an advice in the real estate space? That's one. Two, why would you advise the real estate space, photography?
Well, you have to choose one. If you're going into graphics, go into graphics. If you're going into photography, go into photography. It's just like, a photographer and videographer. You can do the two of them at the same time, but it's just more reasonable to be master at one. Do you understand? So if you're talking about the graphic side, I mean, that's lucrative also. I don't know if you've noticed, if you're coming towards the island, you see different graphics billboards regarding, real estate adverts, Illubiring, and things like that. You must have seen those things. So if you're a graphics person, of course, real estate is also a lucrative business for you to dive into. And as a photographer as well, you must have seen billboards and you must have seen magazines, even Vento furnitures and things like that. So those images are what you create for those kind of companies. Do you understand? Because without images, there's really no way they're going to sell their market. Do you understand? Exactly. I hope I answered the question correctly.
Yes.
Help me put your hands together for Miles and C-Max. Please just put your hands together for both of them as they come to us this afternoon. Miles.
Say your body talk to me nice. Say now my love you didn't need for your life. Yeah, I love
please open. Let me start. Shake it well. Shake it, please. Yeah. So that Mr. Jide, please open. Somebody tell thank you, Father. To our house. Yeah, just one. Yeah. So what's this bringing out? This person is bringing what? I want to know. 25,000. Thank you, Father. So the next name you are going to hear now, that person is going home with 25,000. So, and is your voice loud? Very loud. And the winner is. Take a picture with Mr. Jide. So courtesy Recutt International, yeah, Mr. Jide. 25,000. Thank you. Are you an entrepreneur too?
Yeah.
What are you into?
Well, I'm into selling and buying of stuffs, but ones that you don't want to use again but are still useful.
You also sell?
Yeah.
The first one?
Provoking.
What stuff?
Okay, you mean like stuff?
What stuff do you buy and sell that day? Akpovo. What stuff? Thank you, Father.
Okay, fridge, phone, bed, almost anything that you know is still useful. As far as it's useful, don't bring the one that is not useful and say you want to sell. Who really price is very low. So yeah, and I sing and I write songs too. So and I play the guitar too. So
thank you. Please just put your hands together for him. Thank you, sir. All right. So is Miles and C-Max ready for us now? Yeah. So let's have both of them come real quick. If they don't come, I won't give them this next cash prize.
Yeah, my name is Miles. I'm a music artist and just debuting my career for the first time. So I have a song, not just a song, two, at least three. So this first song is called Where Do We Go? It's basically talking about everything that is happening in the world and the next action to take, and also bring into our notice what we've been through and how we're going to go about it. So we have another song, and this one is called Flow. It's like an upbeat song that everybody will want to relate to and dance to. Let's go, bro.
Ooh, come on, yeah. Ooh, just wait. Don't you know that? Go with me. I'll take you higher, oh, higher than you ever been. I wanna take you to Wonderland, and you can do anything that you can. Oh, some say I'm the life of the party. I'm not afraid to spend my money. I stop, I wanna roll up just to party, yeah. And when I wanna go, and I just wanna blow, yeah, yeah. I wanna blow, ooh, I just wanna blow, yeah, 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 yeah. I wanna blow, ooh. Sometimes I like to get on like that. Other times, taking a look up for weekend. I know time for fall down the moment, yeah. I really that's part of me. No time to be like a deadbeat. Oh, I really wanna move my body, yeah. Some say I'm the life of the party. I'm not afraid to spend my money. I stop, I wanna roll up just to party. And when I wanna go, and I just wanna blow, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna blow, ooh, I just wanna blow, yeah, 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 yeah. I wanna blow, ooh. Now let's go to party.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Go ahead and grab some party.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go ahead and grab somebody.
And what, and what?
Have love.
And what, and what?
Have love.
Yeah.
Have
On your
love.
mark, get set, go. I'm on my way and I'm ready to go. Head in the clouds and I'm starting the show. Got a pocket full of dreams, I'm starting the show. Ladies check, I'm running the show. Got dreams to check. Other niggas wanna see me go. And I'm steady isn't on my throne. I keep on the go. They never stop me now, cause I stay on stand bright, yeah.
Some love. Are you ready to blow?
Are you ready to blow? You ready to blow?
Are you ready to blow?
Are you ready to blow?
Are you ready to blow?
Ready to blow? Are you ready to blow?
Are you ready to
To blow. Let's go. Alright, what's up? My name is C-Max and I'm glad to be here. Good afternoon to everybody. Doing this with my boy Miles. Shout out. Alright, DJ, let's go.
I'm not sorry.
Let's do this up.
I'm not sorry.
Sure. Let's stop with the mind games. Don't have time to play. And who was on your screen just the other day? Yeah, yeah. You say too busy, take it easy. You working too hard today. But I know what you've been working. And you were down to be the side chick, but now you wanna be the main chick. But you know what this is. You're looking in my DM, trying to figure out who's on top, baby. But when I'm with you, I hit the spot. And it's too
Stop, cause I'm not sorry. You better go ahead and leave. Do stop, cause I'm not sorry. You better go ahead and leave. Do stop, cause I'm not sorry. You better go ahead and leave. Cause do stop, cause I'm not sorry. Not sorry, not sorry.
And say you wanna leave, walk out the door. When I was spending, girl, you never said that before. But you bet me and I took you, girl, around the world. Around the world. And say you wanna be my only girl. Nah, never, you can't be my only girl. Already knew I had somebody when you riding my Ferrari. And I just screaming my name, baby. Saying you had it all before. Niggas coming in and out your door. And you keep on calling me back for more. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? Wasn't supposed to be. Have I become your enemy? And you could go ahead and leave. And you could go and let me be. Cause I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
Do stop, cause I'm not sorry.
It's high time that you step aside. You never satisfied. I do the most, but you got your eyes outside. Always complaining, I thought we had an understanding. I'm not surprised that you still demand. But what you get, and if not, forget all about me. I ain't gonna miss you, honey. I'm on a new story, got a new girl already. And you can leave, cause I ain't sorry. Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, you better go ahead and leave. Oh, yeah, not sorry, not sorry. Oh, not sorry.
Cause I'm not sorry. Cause I'm not sorry. And I'm not sorry. And I'm not sorry. Cause I'm not sorry. And I'm not sorry. Cause I'm not sorry. And I'm not sorry. Alright, thank you.
Please let's put our hands together for Miles and Simmons. We're not sorry that we gave an excellent performance. Please help me make welcome. Omaomi Odumusi.
Yeah, you can call me Omaomi. That's what a lot of people call me. So I'm actually here. I'm not going to talk about entrepreneurship and all that, but I'm going to talk about your attitude. That's attitude of growth, self-development, and becoming the best version of yourself. So this basically is what you need for you to be a very wonderful and excellent entrepreneur. And without all these things, I'm telling you, you might just sell one or two products or probably give one or two services, and before you know it, your clients or your customers, they are gone. So first, what does it mean to be the best version of yourself? To me, I say living authentically. So you have to be authentic. You have to be yourself. Your sense of self is actually not static. So it's ever changing. Some of us, the way we are at home is actually different from the way we are at work. So sometimes the way you act or you present yourself in public is actually different from the way you are with your loved ones. So now, have you ever asked yourself, if you are in that line, which of this is the best version of you? As in, which of it is the best you? You know, you might say the combination of all. You might say none sometimes. But you know, your body, you may feel that your body is actually telling you to act this way, or your mind is telling you act this way, and your heart is saying they act this way. And then society comes up with their own theory. This is the way you have to act. But exploring your authenticity is that will actually make you know your true self. So your true self at work, your true self with your staff, if you as an entrepreneur, your true self in the relationship, being comfortable in your body yourself, and also your life dreams. So how do you now become the best version of yourself? I'm going to talk a little bit about development growth and your self-development. Before I get there, I want to talk about the mindset. So I said I'm going to talk about the attitude of growth. I always say it's mindset of growth. Do you have the mindset of growth? Do you really, really want to grow? So a lot of people always say, yes, I have the mindset of growth. I want to do this and all that. But they would rather focus on things that are very easy for them. So now I'm going to explain that comfort zone thing right now. So you are in that comfort zone. So I always tell people that if you want to get out of your comfort zone, the first step you take is the most difficult step that you're going to take. And once you take that first step, it looks as if you're going to be like you are in the dark. So when you're in your comfort zone, you control everything. Well, there's one of my colleagues that once said to me and said that, you know what? I don't even want to be promoted. I beg, this money that they are giving me, let me just sit down. As long as I can give my wife food to eat and all that. I'm like, no, that's a wrong mindset. That is not having a growth mindset. That's not having attitude for growth.
So I promise that for every speaker who comes here, we'll do a raffle draw. God, thank you, Father. God, you have never failed, and you will never fail. See, if they call you and you're here, please, thank you, Father. No, it's only one. It's just one. Thank you, Father. I knew that you were not. Check another one. Thank you, Father. Thank you, God. That name must come out here tonight. Say it. Miles. Yes. Yeah. For me. Thank you. Yeah,
my name is Michael Wise. Actually, what I picked from the last speaker, Omawumi, right, is anger management. I have that same issue. So last time I went to meet a therapist, when she told me the amount, I got angry. So I decided to price it, and she got angry. And you also said something about if you're an entrepreneur, you should be cheerful. Anytime you're hungry, you should not show. Don't try it with me. Because I'm angry with the vendor that brought me here today. I take my lunch normally by 3. I told him, he said, I'm coming to pick you now by 3. He said, no problem. I've been here since 3:30. Ordinary cassava, we didn't see. At a point, I felt like we walked into a town hall. Don't mind me, that's not part of the joke today. Yeah? But I read in the news that a renowned herbalist, popular herbalist, powerful one, died of Macu. On top of a pastor's wife. Now, we should start with, what is Magu? Magu is don't climb. Ladies and gentlemen, this country, Nigeria, is funny. A lot of things are happening, but I'm not bothered. The only thing that is bothering me now is, why is it that it is only the Igbos that sells the weirdest thing in this country? I saw an Igbo man last week selling liquid rat poison. I was forced to ask this man, Oga, how will we use this poison? The man said, my pikin, the first thing you do, you catch the rat. Hold on tight for your armpit, may no wrong. You give it 2 teaspoons in the morning, 2 teaspoons in the night. If the rats no die after 3 days, go and see your... But I'm not tribalistic here, but ladies and gentlemen, Nigerians can be very tribalistic, I'm telling you. The Igbos don't like the Yorubas don't like the Igbos. If you're from the trenches, you know that if you're growing up as an Igbo girl, your mother will be telling you, Ma, no go carry off a man who come this house. If you're a Yoruba lady growing up, your mother will be telling you, Ma, Gomo Igbo wafumini you. I don't know. Cannot forget, 2 years ago, they were robbing in my street. My landlady was at the backyard. A Yoruba woman, she no was robbing. She just shouted, Kasam, Kasam, Omo Igbo ni Kasam, Ole ni won Kasam. Ladies and gentlemen, when they caught this thief was not an Igbo man. The thief na Bini. I mean, go tell my landlady now. Tell landlady, this thief no be Igbo, the thief na Bini. He said, Kokono Johnny Warner. Kelu Igbo, Kelu Bini, Onisakono, Lord back. Very weird things happening in this country here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not me here being sexist, but Lagos girls can drag you into more. Do you know that there are some girls now, there are some ladies, they are in toxic relationships and they cannot leave because they don't want to return the iPhone. I'm telling you, it's that bad. It's that bad. It's that bad. A lady came to meet me that the boyfriend used to beat her. The boyfriend used to shout at her in public. I said, leave this guy will kill you. He said, I can't. I said, I will help you. We did for like 1 month. Eventually, she left the guy. She came to meet me again after like 2 weeks. And this guy keeps calling me. I said, come, bring that SIM. I brought the SIM. I gave her my own. Be using it. Ladies and gentlemen, lo and behold, that girl used that same SIM to call that guy and say, now my number be this, so if you want call me, call me. Nigerian girls, very funny people. You meet a girl, you guys have not talked for like 2 minutes, they'll tell you I'm a foodie. They cannot buy the food by themselves. Watch those girls that like to tell you I'm a foodie. They don't buy the... See, if you see real people that buys food by themselves, they don't call themselves foodie. I'm telling you, those girls will still went, they will go ahead and put it on their bio, on Instagram, foodie. And you cannot buy ordinary chicken and chips, tutu, you cannot buy. And ladies and gentlemen, I do this and I leave. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are doing different business that does not rhyme in this country. Now, a woman in my area, she sells wedding gown and zobo together. For the same shop. I'm telling you, things are weird. They came to rob in my house last week, yes. Okay, was it okay, 2 weeks ago, yes. Came to rob. Now, this thief sneaked into my flat, stole my phone, stole my charger. The guy still get mine off socket. Me, I plug phone, I can't be confused whether I plug the phone before I don't plug it. The guy left my flat, entered the next flat, their generator was on, he stole the gen, still left them, change over to NEPA. The next morning, everybody came out, we are complaining that they robbed us. The guy from the boys' quarter came out, they robbed him too. I said, what did they steal? He said he put money inside his tight envelope. It was on his shelf. They wrote it on the envelope for tight. That these robbers still stole the money inside that envelope and wrote on the wall that the freeze was here. Thank you very much. My name is Michael Wise. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker.
Gathering like this, it was a dinner and then it was a buffet and there was nothing like healthy eating, no fruits, no nothing. It was a regular continental, Africana, Japanese, Chinese, Lebanese, Dubainese, everything that was there. And I was put off because at that time I was watching my weight. So I needed to eat something light and not something hard. And so my husband was like, is it by force? Is it by force? If you don't see your fruit and stuff, can't you just eat? I said, no, I can't just eat. I mean, this is a very nice, well-organized dinner party, buffet, but something is missing. And he didn't know that I was talking from a place of, Wumi, you are wrong, bro. You are wrong about something, and I'll tell you now. Wait for it. I was talking to him from a place of hunger. I was actually hungry. How many of us are Yorubas here? You know that when you are hungry, your man kora. I'm coming. Your body will be preparing you like this. Let them find, if I am a man, let them find themselves come in front of you. Could they find? I'm coming. I'm going somewhere. I'm also going to purchase what you said now. So I was actually hungry, like literally hungry. I was looking at he was actually eating and enjoying his dinner. I was like, like my husband is eating and I'm not eating. I was very, very hungry. So that hunger translated into anger. That hunger translated into anger for me. So I became angry with the organizers of the event. Why can't they put healthy options? Even if it's just apple, somebody can just munch and everything. So I went on with that mindset that day. I started ruminating over it. You will not believe that idea became a person that I could not see, but was hounding me everywhere I go. He kept on hounding me everywhere I go. Okay, you were at an event, you could not eat what you want. How can you make that happen? Immediately it struck on me that there is a need. There is a problem that needs answer, that needed to be solved. And so that was how Fruity World was birthed. And then we started and we are where we are today. And I was trained. I didn't know that when I would start the business, a lot of people have been doing the businesses. Before we came to where we are now, they used to bring vendors from UK. RL would come from London to come and do what I do in Nigeria. I didn't know that. And that is where your personal person, your trait comes into the business. I was just doing the business because I was doing for Luke. I wasn't trying to be somebody else. Okay, so I didn't know that clients will call people they are based in London, but they're Nigerians. That's what they do in the UK. That's what they do everywhere. That's what they do in America. They will pay them to come and work at their parties here in Nigeria. And so God was somewhere preparing me to start the business. Now they don't have to go over there to call them again to buy. And so we are getting the patronage and God is helping us. And we are where we are today. So there is need for people to know you. So I'm going back to letting your voice be the loud, make constructive noise about your business. Then after they know you, after your business is known, after your services is being known, and all that, before you know what's happening, people begin to like your brand. People begin to like what you do. And then from there, you gain what? You gain their trust. Then when you gain their trust, you are the highest cadre of the social trust. Then you continue to do more research about your business, continue to read, don't stop reading, don't stop learning. Then from there, you grow to be, you continue to innovate, to bring new ideas into the business. From fruit styling, we started doing large-scale juice production, we started doing smoothies, we started doing so many things, we started doing live salad bars, live parfait bars, and so many other things. Then from then, after a time, you are innovating, a lot of things are happening in your business. You need to come back to the drawing board again and begin to see how you can begin to put more round pegs into the round holes to create room for accountability. So there is need for you to also work on that, on the accountability, so that when things go wrong, you know when to fall back and make amends.
Yeah, out of it. Yeah, just one. There's another. Yeah, you call the person's name. It has to be fruitful name.
Okay, be Miss Sola Bankole.
Let's come up, let's take a picture. Oh, we have.
I'm not joking, all my guys, them know me. Since
The scholarship for the foundation, Jide Akinyemi Foundation. Thank you so much.
I first of all want to thank the organizers, especially Jide, for this incredible conference that they put together. I also understand on the existing protocol. I walked in when, the beautiful Omaumi, the fixer, was speaking, and I was like, is she steal my presentation? Because she said most of the things that I prepared to say. And then the great entrepreneur, the phenomenal Folake, came up and added on top of what Omaumi had said.
The reason why many people are struggling today, the reason why many people are stuck today, the reason why many people are perishing and businesses are going down is because of a lack of a vision. Your vision is the picture of your desired future. Your vision is the original and authentic purpose for which God created you for. Your vision is supposed to encapsulate the solution that you were born to be. Ladies and gentlemen, before you were formed in your mother's womb, He knew you. Before you were conceived, He had ordained that you will be born in Nigeria at such a time as this, for a reason and for a purpose. The reason why many people are struggling is simply because they are not in purpose. And I'm not here to preach, I'm just here to share with you fundamental principles that I share with the world's most successful people that I work with. Just to give you an idea. I work with CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, from MTN to First Bank to GT to Access Bank. I work with top entertainers and the biggest musicians and the biggest actors. I consult for the biggest organizations across Africa and across the world. So I'm sharing with you the secrets of the world's most successful people. The number one secret of success is purpose, vision, and mission. The most pitiful thing that I see is that many people are living other people's vision.
True.
Many people are fulfilling other people's purpose. Many people are solving problems that other people are created to solve. No wonder you are struggling. No wonder you are frustrated. No wonder you are sad. No wonder you're unhappy. No wonder you are stuck. No wonder you are imploding. The first step is for you to revisit the reason why you were created, the purpose for which you were born. Now, many of you are asking, how do I do that? The interesting thing is that many of you are in purpose, but you don't know. Hello? Many of you have been taught that there is a particular way to find your purpose. And if you do not approach it from that perspective, then you can't find it. Can I bust some myths?
Please.
Do you know that some people are born simply to become mothers? What was the purpose of the mother of Jesus? Mary. Right? To give birth to Jesus and to nurture him. And wasn't she honored for it? To the extent that a whole religion, in fact, one of the biggest religions in the world, references Mary. To simply be a mother and be your purpose. Hello? But you want to be the MD of Access Bank. The first female MD of Access Bank. No, you are called to mother. Hello? Stay in the home and mother that son. Because that son may be the African Jesus. John the Baptist. John the Baptist. What was his purpose? His purpose was to introduce Jesus to the people by the river. That was all. Your purpose can be simply to introduce Mr. Lanre Olushola to Mr. Jide. And that is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you must always come to terms with the fact that your purpose is enough. Does anybody know who sang Joa? Who? Ashake. 12 years. 12 years he tried to reach Olamide. 12 years. The person that finally introduced him, they had all been friends for those 12 years. It was not yet time to reign. The 12 years, it was time to train. If you are not yet ready to come out to reign, stay there and be training. Now, back to back hits. The biggest artist in 2022 was who? Do you know why? He don't graduate from training. If you are not yet reigning, you are still in training. Thank you very much.
So, sir, just like the way speakers have been helping us, we know it's not your purpose, but you help us pick. You help us pick somebody here that will take 25,000 naira purposefully. Shake it, and open it. Yeah. Yeah, just one person. Thank you, Father. Now, this is the pit you are talking about. Now you want to announce the person to palace. Yeah. So you announce like a king. So you want to remove the person now.
Daniel Alabi.
Stayed in prison for 12 years. This is your Olamide. You are meeting your Olamide now. Yeah, Danny Boy. Yeah, take a picture. I'm taking a picture of a prisoner. Eh? Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Please, let's put our hands together for Dr. Larry. Thank you, Father.
In case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is MC Leonard. I'm a man. Yes. You know, now this country, only this country you go there, person will not get work, go the advice person will get work, leave your salary is too small. This country, honestly, in this, don't forget the atmosphere that you are right now, that the environment is actually cool. You are still in Nigeria. This is the only country whereby I see an architect will draw a building or a house, give it to building contractor. The building contractor will build and finish, forget to put staircase. This is Nigeria. Anything can happen at the moment. Sometimes last year, okay, this is 2023, I happened to crack joke somewhere around a private university, Caleb. Yeah. When I finished cracking joke, I thought I actually did well, of which I did well. So one of the lecturers called me, said, comedian. I said, come here. He said, sir. I said, okay, sir. He said, you are a comedian, Leonard? I said, yes, sir. He said, you are funny. I said, I know, sir. And I never knew that lecturer was an economics lecturer. He said, I know you are funny. I said, yes, sir. He said, now crack joke about economics. Ladies and gentlemen, I had no choice because that is what he demanded for and had to supply. If you don't get it, forget about it. Honestly, this country, I love Nigeria so much. If you're proud to be a Nigerian, please a round of applause for yourselves. You know why I like Nigerian people? Only this country you go. That time, there's an adage that says, patient dog is the fattest one, Abi. That one before, patient dog don't they get us now. This country where we did so. Before, you know, our fathers will tell us what comes around, or what goes around comes around, Abi. That one before those things don't they work again now. What goes around, say, don't get money for motor to come back around. That time they will tell us, give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar. Man, anything we Caesar get now, if I make use my hand, I no go leave him. Let me motivate you. I noticed something that people coming here have been motivating everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, forget time, you see if you make ammo, the year just starts. But listen to this. Person we trek yesterday, still fit trek today, let's just not be 150. But I know she are fine, sir. Now tell us so this clothes to not be fashion designer. I know she are fine, where we are being not fine. Who mentioned not fine there? Rest, hope no busy now you. Advanced portable. Look me from head to toe, ladies and gentlemen. If to say I be country for Africa, which country I will be? Wait, no, you get some country where they call for the I don't understand. You say which country? Who mentioned Lesotho there? The shape of your head should be like the Lesotho. Huh? Look me from head to toe, ladies and gentlemen. If to say I be money, how much I go rate? Wait, let me tell you something now, person. Look me from head to toe, ladies and gentlemen. If to say I be road like Lekki Road, VI Road, which kind of road I will be? Ajangbadi, right? No, only to say this. No, honestly, Alibi is not this speaker for today. I will ask him, are you poor? Why you mention that place for me? Ajangbadi, you don't see like better road for you, Lekki Road. Now, honestly, I love to ask question. You know, the same person will come from Nigeria is called a Nigerian, Abi. Person will come from America and waiting. American, wow. Person will come from Ghana and waiting. Who they mention Ghanaians there? Okay, Ghanaians, right? Person will come from Togo now waiting. Who mentioned Togolian there? Togolese, right? Person will come from Portugal now waiting. Portuguese. Person will come from Jericho now waiting. Wait, please, pay attention now. Person will come from Jericho now waiting. Jericho. I give me that the husband is here, mama. Person will come from Holland now waiting. Hollandia, you got. Person will come from Mali now waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That's my time.
Baby, let me love you like nobody fit to love you. I wanna make your dreams come true. Forever only me and you. Baby, let me feel the kind of life where sweet past on. Baby, let me make your dreams over. Nothing to put us under. Now me and you forever. Money, money, money. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Let's bye bye. Okay. Yeah.
I am privileged to be the founder and CEO of the most influential people of African descent. And it's always a pleasure for me to be back in Nigeria. And I love what Dr. Olushola said earlier. Those of us that came back, we're very happy to be back. So for those of you who are still yet to leave, good luck with that. Yes? Can I get an amen to that? Amen. The amen was a bit too loud from back there. All right, so I will not keep you too long. I'm going to share with you very quickly just two things that are very close to my heart. I am here tonight because of relationships. I'm here tonight because of relationships. So I want to ask everybody to please give a big round of applause to the block. And Twitch. Is Twitch in the room? Okay, you're here. All right, good. Can everybody please give a big round of applause to Twitch? Please come forward. Can I ask that all of you back there, many of you are way too far out. Can you do me a favor and actually come forward? There's so many seats up here. Because what I'm about to do today, before we leave today as your final speaker, is not just to inspire you, but actually support you with tools that would help you. All the inspirational words that you've heard so far. Practical. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? There is no success that you can attain, that you can maintain and sustain by yourself. You need what? People. You need people. So by show of hands, how many of you, thank you for those of you who move forward. Please, can we have more people just come forward? If you want to be successful in 2023, because Nigerians like that, right? Yeah. I think the prayer thing, going to prison, I think it works here. But if you really want to be successful in 2023, can I ask that you actually move forward? Because you're going to get to know people. Because there is no success that you can attain, that you can maintain and sustain by yourself. You need people. By show of hands, how many of you came here today actually looking to meet someone that can support you to get to your next level? Just show of hands. Who came here to network? Who came here to network? Girls over here like, hey. But how are you feeling about that so far? Great? Yeah? You sure? All right, we're going to do something about that. Because what I'm going to share with you very quickly is just two things. They call me the connectologist. And what I do is I connect people to their next level. Okay? That's the first thing that we're going to do. And the second thing we're going to do before we close out tonight is support you to understand what is your gift, what's your purpose, and what's your calling. I'm going to say that again. Why are you here on this planet? Right? So I'm going to share with you a very practical tool to understand what makes networking easy for you. It will make it easy for you. It's for you to understand what is your gift, what is your purpose, and what is your calling. Is that a deal? Just two things. Is that fair? All right, very good. Now join me again. That was Twitch. Please give him a round of applause. This is the reason why I'm here. I want you to look at your neighbor and I want you to tell them it is all about relationships. It is all about relationships. I am here tonight because of a relation. I've never heard about the block, but I showed up here tonight because of you, right? You asked me to be here to come and support Nigerian youths, right? To support them with tools, practical tools that will support them to achieve their goals. And I took my time and I came out here. So please give him a big round of applause again. No, if you're gonna clap, clap well, please. Because he was one of the honorees in our program. So I run this program called the Most Influential People of African Descent, 100 under 40. And every year, I have the privilege of bringing people from all over the world, black people from all over the world to the United Nations every year. And black people exist everywhere around the world, sometimes in unexpected places. So he was one of the honorees in class of 2022. So we do this at the UN, following the opening of the UN General Assembly. Talking about black people and what I do very quickly about connectology, can I ask you, who knows in this room, and if you know, please just raise your hand. The largest black nation in the world is where? The largest black nation in the world is where? How many people do we have here? Over what? We don't even know. We are too plenty. Yeah. Over 200 million. Yeah? Okay, good. Where is the second largest country with black people outside of Africa? Jamaica is a small country. It's like 2 million people. The largest number of black people outside of Africa. That's what you all say. America. No, that's not the answer. The answer to that question is Brazil. I just got back from Brazil in November, and it has more black people than the US. Over 100 million black people live in Brazil. Did you know that? Okay, you didn't know that. Well, so how did they get there? Say it if you know it. What? Slavery. Slavery. If you look at the world map, Africa and Brazil, the shortest distance between Africa and the Americas is Brazil. So over 100 million black people live in Brazil, and you didn't know that. So the privilege I have in the work I do is to connect black people all over the world, the best and the brightest, and we get to honor them at the United Nations. So typically the largest number of people are, of course, Nigerians, based on numbers, Brazilians, and also America. America only has about 45 million black people, okay? So I hope you learned something there. So very quickly, talking about connectology. So connectology is my book, and the concept is to show you practical tools to connect for success. Again, I'm gonna say this, that there is no success that you can attain, maintain, and sustain by yourself. You need people. Therefore, everybody matters. Everybody matters, right? So if everybody matters, who in here can show me that you've actually tried to connect with people since you got in here? Because God has never and never will come out of heaven and give anybody anything. Have you ever seen God come out of heaven and give someone money? No. You see, God blesses people through people. I'm going to say that again. God blesses people through people. So I want you to look to your neighbor and say, if you're the one holding my blessing from God, 2023 is the year to give it to me. So yeah, let's do that. So look at your neighbor. If you're the one holding my blessing, yeah, please release it. All right, so here's what we're going to do very quickly. The first tool of networking is to be able to meet people. By show of hands, let me just ask you, how many of you, when you left your house today and you were coming here, you were very clear about what you wanted to get here, what you're looking for, what you wanted to get? Show of hands. Show of hands. Don't be shy. You were very clear what you wanted to get. If you're looking for a job, put your hands up. You're looking for a job. You're looking for a husband or a wife. No, but if you're looking for a contract, show of hands. Why did you leave your home to come here today? Okay, so here's what I'm going to share with you. That someone who can support you to actually get that is sitting in this room right now. That by the end of 2023, because you came here today, you will make that dream a reality. Can I get an amen? Amen. So here's what we're going to do. For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you to please get up from where you're sitting and talk to at least 5 people you did not know. And you don't know, not the people you came with. Someone you do not know. And the person that has the highest number of business cards, I'm going to give you 5 minutes very quickly. Just walk around, get up. I know you've been sitting down the whole day. The person who's going to take you to your next level is actually in this room. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to walk around and connect with someone. I love it. Very good. Let me give you my business card. Go. 5. connect with them, find them. You've been sitting all day. I want you to please get up and talk to at least 5 people you have not met before. The person that's going to take you to the next level is literally sitting in this room. Thank you very much. That business and that contract you're looking for is in this room. Find it. Speak to at least 5 people you have not spoken to. Right.
I can follow you on Instagram and make you something. I don't care.
Yeah, you have to open it and announce it. You have to announce.
Alright, so let's give a drum roll to Olaya Richard, the organizer.
Love is not enough, baby.
Yeah,
come to me, love me or you hate me, know me. No mess with me, mologo.
Are we giving another? This is where you get to hit the nail on the head. Now, guess what? People seated here can actually vote you in, and who knows? With their votes, we can give it the 500. With their vote, we can give you the 300. With their vote, we can give you the 200,000. But see, you know one thing about Nigerians? You need to convince them well on why you need the cash prize. So the big one is the 500, the second is the 300, and the third is the 200. So I'm just giving 3 people outside here this cash. So they're going to convince us right now. So what we need you to help us do is, please, they're going to introduce themselves. Anyone you find convincing, you know this person hits the nail and did justice to it, we want you to write down the person's name on a sheet of paper with you, okay? So you're like our judges right now, for those of us seated here. You're like the big judge first. So if they find it, so they're going to hit the nail one by one to us now on why they needed big cash. All right? So please take your time. I'm just going to give you a few seconds to actually think through. All right? Yeah, so DJ, just play anything soft. Anything soft, something soft.
My name is Oluwakorede Emmanuel Shobayo. I'm a self-taught photographer and a wardrobe stylist. And I'm a student of the University of Lagos, studying insurance presently. I'm actually the last one of a family of 3, a single mom actually, and I need this funding for my photography business. I don't own a camera presently, and I hope with this I'll be able to get a personal camera of mine which will reduce cost of renting cameras and all of that gears for my photo shoot. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Babatunde Ebenezer. I'm a hairstylist. I've been in the business for years, but getting space to work in and getting my content or my work out there has been an issue for me. I grew up in Yaba where I learned how to make hair, learned how to make nails, makeup, and all beauty work, but hairstylist is my niche. So I need this funding actually because I'm low on space where to work and how to get customers and all. So I need this funding actually.
Hello everyone. My name is Ifeoluwa Elinla. I'm a variety of different personalities in one person, and I believe that I'm a very creative person, and that is the reason why I chose fashion designing. I chose fashion designing as a career path, as a skill which I've involved myself in. I started my business in 2018, yes, but I started learning after secondary school, and trust me, it was not easy. I learned dressmaking first off, then I went into bag learning how to make bags, handbags, school bags, different kind of bags. But I just knew that I couldn't stop there. So I went into a fashion school and I furthered. And since then, my dream has been to grow my brand. That's always been to grow my brand. And aside that, I went into modeling at one aspect of my life where I was able to meet different people. I met Twitch. I'm so grateful to Twitch for bringing me to this platform today because I would say that Twitch has inspired me in every area. I went into pageantry, but I knew that I wasn't supposed to be a model. I'm supposed to inspire people that desire to find confidence in themselves. So after I competed, I stayed with Twitch. And then over time, I made designs for all the girls that always come to the stage to perform, to compete for pageantry. And last year, I sponsored the bikini wear. Bikini wear. Trust me, it was not easy because many of the girls were like, oh, I can't wear this, it's exposing. But at the end of the day, all of the girls were able to wear the bikinis and rock it on stage. All of them were confident, and I was so proud of myself. And the reason why I'm here today, I know that everybody is here for the prize money. I also need it because I'm an entrepreneur and I need to grow my business. But the reason why I'm here today is to find my purpose, is to get support, from all of you. I can't do it alone. So this year, my plan is to go to all fashion weekends. Trust me, Twitch has always been telling me, why haven't you gone for this fashion weekend? You didn't go for this fashion. So this year, my desire is to bring my collection out, go for all fashion weekends that I can go for, and I'll need you guys to come and buy my designs. I need you guys to come and purchase my designs, and trust me, you're going to love every one of them. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bibisola Bankole, and I'm a fashion designer as well. First off, can I say something? Your speech was beautiful. I mean, listening to her, I think I just got motivated. Every one of us here is here for the prize money, but we cannot all win. There's just one winner. And so basically, I started my brand in 2017, but officially launched in 2021. And it has been shaky. I lost my dad, and let's just say there's a lot of challenges when you lose one of your parents. You cannot, because I had to pause on school to go to fashion school. So in 2019, I went to fashion school, and immediately after fashion school, I decided to go back and finish my HND in Yaba College of Technology. And to God be the glory, I graduated. And then I started my brand, Labisi Adrian. You can check on Instagram. And in the course of 1 year, I've worked with amazing people. I've styled Eniola, Lipstick Boy, for Ojuju Ball. I made beautiful pieces for him, and I've started few people. Now, why am I here? I'm basically here for support. I mean, it's not easy running a business in Nigeria. You need a lot of sustainability. You cannot be on social media. You cannot be behind the sewing machine. You cannot also create the content yourself. So now I need to have people to work with me. But how can I do this if I do not have the resources? Do pray be one of the persons who. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Permit me to introduce myself as a rehabilitation therapist. But first and foremost, the main reason why we are here, I've actually achieved it. I would like every one of you to pick out your phone and search for, on an Instagram and search for St. Amit, ST_Amit, Recutt. You can please follow me first. You know, we are in the networking era, so please let's network. Then you can get what I'm about to give to you and what you are getting on me. Actually, my company name is St. Amit Recutt Solutions. So when you see me, you call me Solution. Yeah. So many of us who are aware, I think we all know that we are battling with, we are in an era of mental health issue. A lot of us sitting down here, we are facing one or two depression. Yeah. You know why I'm saying this? Many of things like this, when we say people have mental issues, people don't want to listen. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. How will you tell me that I'm mad? And as far as the society that we are living is concerned, especially in Lagos, a lot of us are mad. So without getting there, the reason why I'm here is that I need to reorientate myself, which I've actually gained by meeting people, especially people that came out to talk to us. I'm more or less like a public speaker as well. I talk to people. I'm a writer as well. I need money to publish one of my books. Please, don't forget. That's why I'm here. But the major reason why I'm here is that I need to do more. You understand? The reason why I said I need to do more is that I need to impact life as well. I cannot achieve that. Many other times, my business don't fly online simply because of networking, just like we are here. That's why I said most of you bring out your phone and follow me up. Then in the process of following me on, you can recommend, you can be my referrer. When you refer someone to me, a lot of people in our family are depressed. We don't need to see a doctor for being depressed. Many of us here are taking antidepressant drugs. We don't need it. Many of us just need someone to talk to. You understand? And why I'm here is that I just need an enable environment whereby people, many of you can come to access me. Many times when I meet people online, they will be like, okay, where do you establish? Where is your base? Where is your office? You understand? It's not everybody that will meet you online and started telling you about their problem. You understand? We've been seeing a lot of coaches, trainings online. You understand? And people still don't key into that. They still want to come to a location whereby they can talk to you heart to heart, whereby they can register their problem, they can tell you what they are battling with. Life is full of issues. You understand? But this is the problem here. I don't have an office settings just for where people can come to register their problem, talk about their problems to me, and where we can give a profound solution to it. So the major reason why I'm here is about the networking, and I've actually reorientated myself, and I want to meet you people. I want you people to come. Let's talk about your trouble. You understand? You don't need to die in silence. You understand? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Solution. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sally Ezamakachi Funaya. I'm the founder and creative director of Salichiwan Enterprises. I run a mobile salon called Shakara Mobile Salon, and it's a subsidiary of Salichiwan Enterprises. What we do basically is attend to both male and female in their desired locations, and part of the services we do is to cut their hair, braid, we make wigs, and do all sorts that have to do with self-care. Like one of the ladies mentioned here, you have to take care of yourself first before you can think of any other thing. So I think one of the best therapy you can do for yourself is actually beauty. So currently, because I am one of those who is keen with growth, Currently running my MBA at the Lagos Business School to equip myself and be able to do better in my business. So as it stands, it is only well for me to actually get a better website to run my business, because we are currently looking at being the next Uber in the hair industry for Lagos State, at least for a start. So could you please, if you don't mind, support this vision of mine? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Alaoluwa Koinsola, the makeup artist, like we all know. So I'm walking into this building this evening, I was like, should I go for this event? Should I not go? Because as a makeup artist, we are used to attending only beauty events alone. And I said, yes, I need to find a space for myself. That is why I came here. So I'm sure that nearly everyone is a makeup artist. If you look right, look left, we have ladies in makeup. And for the guys, I'm sure you like your ladies look good for events. I know you always need them to book a makeup artist. But I also train people in makeup artistry. But how will you feel when you see me using Mary Kay time-wise? I mean, it was not that old Mary Kay, that old foundation. How will you feel? So part of the reason why I'm here, why I seek this support, is to enable myself get luxury products. Luxury product like MAC. Luxury product like Charlotte Strawberry. Luxury product like Sephora. These are things that will enable a nicer finish. People don't wear huge makeup any longer. People wear simple makeup. So I want people to walk into that event looking flawless and radiant. I've got this makeup on since 8 a.m. this morning, and this is just brows powder, like I'm going. So you want to have your makeup on, you want your lady to have her makeup on for a long number of hours. Aside being a regular makeup artist that you find in every street, or even your street, I do other aspects of makeup artistry. I'm an SFX artist. That is when you see those bloody scenes. I do that. When you create gunshot effect, I'm an SFX artist. I'm also an editorial makeup artist. Yes, I don't just do the regular makeup that we're used to. I do other types of makeup artistry, and this is what makes me different. This is what makes me me. This is what makes me Kay's Glam Look. I'm not here to be regular. I'm not here to be the regular studio artist you find. I tie gele. I'm into SFX. I'm into bridals. I'm into beauty. Only me, and only me will happen. So I like to support my business so that I'm able to afford high-end products like this, because I'm also a student and I don't have enough finances. I started a business on my own, and graduating to having the likes of MAC Cosmetics will be something I'll be envisioning for myself. I wrote it as my goal for this year that God, I want to be able to afford luxury products. Not until when I saw this event and my friend pushed me. She's over there, she said, "Okay, you need to come." I said, "Come and do what?" She not said they are pitching. I said, "Maybe they will not say. They will not ask us to send video." So I quickly did my video here, and they said I should sit down there and say, "God, this thing is about to be a dream come true." So I really believe that this platform, whatever money I'm giving, be it 200, be it 300, be it the 500, I'll be doing great. When they say she'll put your makeup on, they're not just seeing Mary Kay and West. They're not seeing all those black opera.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Joy Innocent, CEO of Saison Classic. I'm 22 years old. I'm a student of Yaba Peck. Sorry, I'm shy. Okay, guys. You guys are beautiful. You guys are handsome. What's up? What about your fragrance? What fragrance did you put on? Huh? Okay. I'm into production of diffusers, perfumes, beard oil, and skincare. That's what I do for a living. And also do body massage, but the most important thing is the diffusers and the perfumes. In this our country, we actually like taking things from outside. You understand? They don't like supporting themselves. They like supporting the white more than the black. You understand? So if I can I can actually make perfumes myself, diffuser myself. Why do you guys go outside or travel out to get diffusers or perfume? That's the point I'm making. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm a Nigerian. You are Nigerians. You guys can come and support me because I'm in Nigeria. You guys shouldn't go outside to get things. You guys shouldn't travel out to get things. Come and support your people. Because if you, some of you like traveling out, yes, but you need to establish yourself here before traveling out. You need to get something here before traveling out.
This first set of people, please, as they come, I want us to give them an ovation like never before. Okay, please, let's have Joy, the last lady. Please, let's put our hands together for her, please. Let's have Alao, all right? Please, let's keep clapping. Let's have Sally, all right? Let's go. Let's have Oluwa Benisola. And let's have Shobayo. Yeah, the union like that. Please, let's put our hands together for them. No, let's put our hands together for them. Alright? Thank you. Big it up. Big it up. Alright? So, courtesy from Jide Akinyemi Foundation, what they're trying to say is they actually support your business and they don't want you to stop here. It's for us to keep moving on. Alright? So, each and every one of them are going on with 25,000 each. So let's put our hands together. So Mr. Jide, please, can you come take pictures with them? Yeah, each. Yeah. Let's just take pictures. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. So, I know this is a token. We can give everybody today, but we have a plan. Like I said earlier, we are working with some organizations that will empower us to empower you. So this is just for having the confidence, because some people don't even have the confidence to say, I want to pitch. So for having the confidence, this is taken from us. Please manage it, whatever you can do, and we will continue to reach out to you, because we have a dream in the next 12 months to use you as an example to other people. So next year, when we say this, people know, okay, we are serious. Thank you very much.
So let's take a picture of them. Just stand in the middle. Just stand in the middle. Thank you. So one by one, let's take a picture with Mr. Jide Akinyemi, Recutt International. Thank you. Let's go. Next. Let's go. Yeah, keep playing till we finish. Thank you, Mr. Jide. Yeah, you can say. All right, bring it down. So the three finalists, let's have Babalola, let's have Babatunde, and Ifeoluwa. Please, let's have three of them. Please come forward. So one of them here is going to go home with 500,000 naira, and one will go home with 3. Hold yourself. You can do this. Hold yourself. Don't cry. Don't cry. Hold yourself. It's emotional stuff. If they get me off the line, Kings, I will love it. I used to like all this kind of suspense. No, when they were pitching, we didn't see people writing, so that was why. See, don't shout at me, I'm a graduate. So I will announce the winner, and you will see that it's good. Can you off the light, please? So ladies and gentlemen, Yeah, we have three amazing entrepreneurs out here. One right now that I'm going to mention is going to go home with 200,000 naira. That's the third place. Let's put our hands together. And so, like I said, they all pitched well. Yeah, and they all pitched well. And they all pitched good. Ladies and gentlemen, going home first with 200,000 to support the business. Help me put your hands together for Baba Lola. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Please, let's jump the hands together for him. Yeah, Mr. Jide, let's come take a picture with him quickly. To support. And it doesn't end here.
When you pitch, it's good to be able to speak English. It's good to be able to show confidence. But most importantly, you have to look into the idea that is trying to compare. Mental health is a big business. That's what this guy is doing. A big business. For those who don't know, American healthcare alone, they said it is to be an economy of its own. It will be the 9th biggest economy. Most likely will challenge Nigeria economy. And mental health, go and check it on Google. Check it. So even though you don't know what you're saying, people can relate because they have experience in what you're saying. And in some pitches, they are quicker to achieve than some. So it's a lot of technicality that was involved. But I know 200,000 is not a big deal, but I believe you'll be able to make good use of it. And in the next 12 months too, we will see what we can do with it. Your business makes a lot of sense, and I believe you can do better. Congratulations.
All right, let's quickly take pictures. Just take a picture with him. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Jide. All right, so thank you. Yeah, just start. Just start. Take it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to announce the winner now, and obviously the next person standing gets the 300 by default. Okay, but let's announce who the person is to us right now. All right. So the next name that I'm calling now won the 500,000. Okay, take it from me. This person deserves the money even more. Yeah. If there was a way, I don't say if there was a way, but yeah, play DJ, play the. I like GT's first feel. Hold yourself. Hey, you are not a contestant. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight at the blog conference, going home with 500,000 to support the business, to grow the business, courtesy Recutt and Jide Akinyemi Foundation. And the winner is Ife Oluwa.
You ready to come up for this one, yeah?
Alright, so let's listen to the guy with 200, the 300. So you have to say something. You have to say something first. You have to say something to everybody. Everybody, you have to say something.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm very grateful. This is a very big platform. Very God bless you. then God bless everybody that put this together. I don't know what to say.
Alright, Mr. Jide, please come and take a picture with him quickly. Just him, Mr. Jide, just him. DJ, let's go. Take a picture with him quickly. I'm pretending it. Yeah, thank you, my guy. 300 is big. And ladies and gentlemen, the one question I get to hear. Bring it on. Hold yourself. Hold yourself. It's emotional. Hold your. You can do this. Ladies and gentlemen, the next question. Hold yourself. You can do this. It's gonna be that of Ife Olowa Plays. Let's put our hands together for her.
I'm short of words and I don't know what to say. Trust me. This was the last thing on my mind today. I was telling God that whatever the outcome may be, I'm grateful to you, God. And I think every one of us should just have an attitude of gratitude unto God, no matter the situation you find yourself. And I'm so grateful for the organizers of this show. Thank you, Mr. Jide. I'm so grateful, sir. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you for bringing me out here. I will not take this for granted. I will not. And I repeat myself, I will not take this for granted. This is a huge thing for me in my business. This is a huge thing for me in my business. And I know that it's going to take me far. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I had an amazing time here at the conference. Okay, my name is Prophecy. Yeah, my prophecy is spelled, before they said I did not advertise. My prophecy is spelled P-R-O. I'm advertising. It's my purpose now. Thank you. So my prophecy is spelled P-R-O-P-H-E-C-E-A. And on every platform, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, it's
the phone number and the website in the coming weeks. Please register. Our goal is, this is, like I said, is the baseline. Our goal is not just to do this event and disappear. There are going to be things going on. That are going to, we already have a serious roadmap for the next 12 months. It's going to be engaging, it's going to be interactive, it's going to be inclusive. So I will advise, please, follow Recutt, register, who you can, because when we begin to reach out, we will reach out starting from who is already with us. So either you're an entrepreneur, because everybody can be an entrepreneur. Either you are or you're working. Some people have to work, to be honest. There's always a way for you to benefit. So don't let me keep you for too long anymore. Thank you for coming. From the depth of my heart, I appreciate you for supporting this move, and we will take it from here, and you will hear about it.